guys, Miss Vinden here. So we're going to go over the basic outline that you're going to create in Noodle. So I just wanted why an outline. So just a couple of things. It's going to help you organize your thoughts. It's going to help you figure out the flow of your paper. It is going to make sure that you don't leave stuff off and help you add where you need to add. And it is going to help you with your first draft. So this is really important that you get this done. This is a big thing. All right, so I'm going to move those over to the side now. So what we're going to be doing is going back and forth between Word and Noodle. All right, so if you see the introductions, background info, statistics, attention grabber, I'm just going to copy that, Control-C. I'm going to bring it over to my Noodle. So anxiety was my topic, and I'm going to make this. So I'm going to make a new little thing. I'm going to move this up to the top, and I'm going to call this background. Or we'll call it the introduction, because it's the introduction part of your paper. So this is where you're going to start adding things. So if you want to add, you'll add subtopic to that one. And I'm going to copy and paste the background info, statistics, attention grabber. And then I'm going to go back to Word, and then I'm going to need my research question next. Okay, so I'm going to copy that, and then I'm going to add a sibling to that. Okay, so a sibling would be whatever is above it. A sibling is equal to it. If you want to add a child, it's going to add it in. Okay, so then my research question. Or you can hit enter. So then I'm going to go back to Word again, and then what I'm going to discuss in this paper would go here. So what I'm doing is just copying and pasting right now into Noodle, because I want to go ahead and set up the way I'm going to do my paper. Well, I will discuss my paper. I'm going to go ahead and add here that these would be the subtopics. Great. All right, so now what I'm going to do here is I am going to change this to body. And I'm going to move these. I'm going to add child, and you're going to have to get used to like moving these things around, because when you add one, it adds it to the bottom and you need it at the top. So for example, the subtopic was types of anxiety, and it can't stay down there because it's the topic, right? So I'm just going to move it back up. So you got to click it. It can be finicky, but once you figure it out. Now these are going to move over. And this is subtopic 1, and this is part of my body, okay? So what you see on Noodle, it says you're going to body repeat 4 times. For subtopics 1 through 4, there should be 2 to 3 paragraphs each. Each one should have the background, how it connects to the main topic, and then evidence. Okay, so I'm going to move this over. And I'm going to call this, if I go back and look, it was background. So I'm going to call this the background, but I've got to move it up, remember, because it adds it to the bottom. So I'm going to move it up, background. Background information on types of anxiety. So then I'm going to go back up here and how it connects. So now I'm going to add a section for how it connects. And once again, guys, I got to drag it back up. Okay? To the top. So how it connects. Cool. And so then these are the 2 questions that you came up with. So this is going to help the flow of your paper. So you're going to be researching these 2 things. So how many types of anxiety are there? So I'm going to add, because I'm going to research under that, a subtopic. Hold on one second. Under here, we want to add subtopic. Great. And then I'm going to put types. And actually, we don't even have to do that. Let's not do that. Let's delete that one. So if you want to delete, you delete here. Okay. So how many types of anxiety are there? So I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to find my types. Sorry. Here's back. So we're going to do background information. I'm going to drag my note card over there, and voila, the note card is there. Okay, so you are going to be essentially using this as a guide for over here for making your outline. And then when you're done, you're going to be dragging things over. Okay, so background information, how many types, and I notice that I don't really have types on here, okay? And so what types affect teenagers? I'm going to delete that subtopic. So when I get those notes, I notice that I don't have any note cards under these two, which means I need to go find more notes about this. All right, so the next one is coping strategies. That's another topic. So as we were doing before, you're going to add a subtopic, and that subtopic is going to be background, and then you're going to add another one for another topic there, how it connects. So you're going to do this with each one. Okay, so how it connects is right here, and then we're going to ask our questions. Okay, and just know that it kind of goes, it adds it to the bottom, so you just need to check where it goes. So how it connects, and then background, how it connects, and then you're going to do your research question, or your questions. So question 1 might be, what coping strategies can teenagers use for anxiety? And because that's my research question, it's the same level as right there. Okay, so now I'm going to go over here. I have coping strategies. I have a lot of them, so I'm going to add them under here. Okay, so make sure you're going to have to play around with these to make sure that your outline is correct. But we see body, types of anxiety, and this actually should be over. When you move that one over, it'll move all the other ones. So student care will go over. So you have subtopic 1, subtopic 2, subtopic 3. And remember, each time you are going to do background, how it connects, and then your 2 research questions, and then you're going to put your evidence under it. Okay, so if you go back to Microsoft Word and you're looking at the service action, some of you haven't done your service yet, and some of you are still looking for things for service, so you need to make sure that you get that taken care of this week. You've started it. So if we're adding in our service action, then I'm going to add that, and I'm going to copy and paste. Discuss where you served and how it relates to your research. I'm going to bring it over here, and I'm going to add a subtopic. I'm going to paste it, okay? And then I'm going to add another one. So you see, you're just basically copying and pasting over and putting in your own information under here, okay? And we're doing that to make sure that our paper is good and ready to go. So a good grade is when your Noodle account looks like this. You should take all of this information and put it over here, and then fill in your own information. And then you will be dragging your subtopics over to where they belong, so that your paper outline will be ready to go. You're going to need a lot of help with this, so just make sure that you ask in class or you send remind messages. And feel free to watch this video. And honestly, guys, learning things, you just have to play around with it. Play around with it. That's how people learn in this world. So just, yeah, you can do it. I believe in you. All right, thanks. That's it.